Are you Omar de Jesus Guzman Lopez?
Yes.
Sir, you're charged with falsifying drug test results. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay, all right.
On August 2nd, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop in accordance to an illegal tinted front windshield and 18% window tint on the front windows measured by a tint meter. The driver was identified as the defendant, and when the defendant was advised the reason for the stop, he said, "I don't care, you give me a ticket for it." And the defendant admitted to smoking the marijuana the day before and gave verbal consent to the officer to search the vehicle. A clear plastic bottle containing a golden liquid was found in the driver's side door. The officer identified the liquid as synthetic urine. Another container of golden liquid was found in the center console. The defendant denied knowing what they were several times. The defendant stated that the synthetic urine was used for drug testing.
Are you showing him on probation or parole for anything?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Lopez, I see that you do have a lawyer at this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have you take a seat. Your case is getting up there, so I'm just going to have him take a seat until Ms. Turner comes, and then we'll figure out how to go forward. Okay?
Sure.
Do not leave. All right? Okay, please.
You want to go ahead, please?
Is there an offer on this case, Alex?
Your Honor. No, Your Honor. Oh, actually, there is a PTI offer.
There is? Okay,
Yes.
great.
This is Mr. Solonier, page 24, Your Honor. This is our last English speaker and one Spanish speaker.
Mr. Saulnier, is that right? Saulnier? Saulnier. So you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that.
Yes.
Thank you.
On November 25th, 2024, officer conducted a traffic stop for a defective driver's side tail lamp in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant of the vehicle, and observed signs of nervousness, such as not making eye contact and soft speaking. The defendant stated there was nothing illegal inside the motor vehicle, such as marijuana, and denied consent to search the vehicle.
This is where it gets interesting. Refusing a search usually raises red flags for officers, and here the defendant admits having THC right before the K-9 even arrives. Legally, that's like handing the police a green light. Do you think refusing a search helps protect rights, or does it just make you look more suspicious?
While waiting for a K-9 unit, the defendant stated he had THCA in the motor vehicle, and that was why he was nervous to allow the search. The K-9 arrived, the officer had the defendant exit the motor vehicle, and the K-9 conducted an air sniff around the motor vehicle. The K-9 alerted the motor vehicle, and a search was conducted. The officer located a glass jar in the center console with a green leafy substance known to be marijuana based on training experience. The officer also located several empty dime-sized clear bags with an 8-ball logo in the center console, as well as one dime-sized bag with a leafy substance in the driver's side door. The defendant stated he did not eat any substance, and the officer observed a green film on the defendant's tongue. The defendant stated the marijuana is THCA, which was not illegal, and that he bought the marijuana in clear bags, but the officer only observed one small piece of marijuana inside the bags. The weight of the marijuana found was 0.089 grams.
What was the stop for again?
For a defective driver's side tail lamp.
Okay. Mr. Saulnier, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. How old are you, sir?
23.
23. What do you do in life now?
I wash dishes and bus tables at a restaurant.
Okay. I don't want you using. I'm ordering you now not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I'm telling you now, it's not going to go well. You also are on probation for a very serious case, man. You know, you got to have a halo over your head when you're on felony probation. You know, really. You want to apply for an appointed lawyer, sir?
Some time to try to hire one.
Okay. I would get on it like tomorrow because you have another case that it's very possible they now file a felony warrant on you. So you got to be on the lookout. So I'll get on it quick. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Jamae. After that, well, I'll have you meet with Fleischer for your bond condition.
Right away, the judge is setting the tone. Probable cause hearings are quick, but don't mistake them for casual. This step decides if the case even moves forward.
And then, oh, do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Can you run this license, please? Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, as long as you have both, you can continue to drive. Otherwise, don't drive.
Eligible, Your Honor.
Eligible?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck. Will, hi.
Clea and Rochelle.
Okay. Do you want to bring her up?
Yes.
You know, your lawyer was extremely upset with you yesterday. And I'm going to tell you that when someone has your life in their hands, it's probably not a good idea to have them upset, you know, because your proverbial life is in their hands, right? And you are facing up to 6 months in jail. So it could go very wrong very fast, you know? I'm glad. So you guys are okay. I'm glad. Yeah, that makes me happy, but you can't do this. This is not a good way to go. And this is not so we're set for trial today in this case. Just didn't want to go through.
We discussed alternative resolutions, Judge. I don't think my client's financial situation, life predicament will change in a month. That's consequences of their disability today. And my client, I believe.
No PTI? Is she not calling? She's not eligible, or?
Can't afford it.
We can waive everything. I mean, as much as I can.
PTI, they still, even if you waive the DA fee, I mean, there's $100 a month at least, interlock fees they can't do anything about, you know, all the probationary, or all the meeting fees that can't be waived.
Ms. Rochelle, you need to understand that you're going to pay for this one way or
The judge is hammering the hidden cost of convictions. Notice, he's not just talking about jail, but about money, jobs, and long-term fallout. This is the kind of reality check most defendants don't realize until it's too late. Here's a question. What do you think hurts more, the jail time or the lifetime of financial penalties?
the other. The problem is that when you end up with a conviction, it's over, and it will go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. The state is going to get the money somehow, whether it's through fees and fines and court costs. Your insurance is going to skyrocket now. Insurance now is freaking nuts as it is now. With a DWI conviction, what do you think is going to happen? It's the same thing. You have the opportunity now where they have this diversion program where if you are granted entry and you complete it, you know, the case gets dismissed and you don't have all those other consequences. But the problem is that you'll have to foot a little bit money now, but it's going to save you a ton in the long run. Never take a half-ass approach to something because you're going to get a half-ass result. You know, your case is old is just about as old as Jesus, but I'm willing to give you time if you want to explore the PTI route, you know, but you got to get on it lickety-split like yesterday. If you want to, it's up to you, Will.
Yeah, we've discussed it in the past. Is this something you want to reconsider? Do you want to get?
I know I don't have a car now, so.
You would have
Doesn't
to,
matter.
You'd have to get a portable device.
Get a portable device. You'd have to take the portable device. You have to promise that you're not going to drive. You sign an affidavit. All you would have to do is literally 2 classes, a little bit of community service, and just stay out of trouble. Don't drink, don't use, and it gets dismissed. The problem is it's a little bit of money, but you can have the fee waived. Is there anything else we can waive? What else can we do, Shatora?
You can, go ahead, you
No,
know.
I don't think there's anything else we can waive unless our programs are in-house.
I can waive the TRAS fee, right? So I can waive the TRAS fee, which is about $300. You can file a $300 waiver for the DA fee. you'll have to pay for the interlock, which is,
It's about
Synthetic urine? That's basically a neon sign saying, I've got something to hide. Courts take tampering with drug tests very seriously because it undermines the entire justice system.
$100 a month.
Right.
But
and then the classes, but that's it.
I do think that would still be, because I asked about the fees earlier, I still think even with all of those things waived, it would still be over $1,000.
Well, over the course of the year though, like it's not up front.
Okay. Yeah,
Right?
that might be true, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything's up front.
the program is for a year, but if you get everything done in the first 6 months, classes, community service, no problems with the portable device, they usually can dismiss after 6 months. If
Have
you're,
I thought did
they
they,
stopped and they reinstated it.
oh, they have?
Yes.
Oh, see that? If you kick ass, they'll take you off in 6 months. Really?
Yeah.
Judge, I just need to see if that was ever an offer,
Oh, well,
because I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was. Her VAC was low and there was no wreck. She was driving on a rim.
And I was like trying to get away from where I was at. I was
just,
not in
yeah,
a
don't-
safe
don't.
there's no need to talk. I mean, the only thing, do you qualify is really the only question.
Oh,
You know?
there's a out-of-state conviction she had. She was in a bad relationship and took a conviction on actually a felony case in Arkansas. So they were requiring a mitigation packet.
It would need to be approved by Nathan Beadle, Judge, because there is a prior criminal history.
Yay or nay? You tell me.
We can,
I'm willing to give you 2 weeks to get the mitigation packet done, but that's it.
I think we should try.
I don't want you to make a decision now. Go talk and let me know. And then if you still want to do this, I'm happy to do it, but half-ass. So, I can appoint lawyers, but I have to follow certain guidelines, right? The guideline is you have to be at the federal poverty guideline level for me to appoint your lawyer. We don't just give it out. So, I'm sorry. So you hear on you tell me that you have a 4,000 month income, coming in. Are you married?
No, sir.
So you put here spouse or other household income. Who is that?
My girlfriend.
Okay, so it's not your money.
Well, we both work. So it's combined. It said total at the bottom, so I just added it.
Okay, but I don't think that's your money then. It's her money and I'm not gonna, okay. I'm gonna grant it for you. Okay? All right. Thanks. You can just take a seat. Thanks. Aaron. Hey. You were Abraham Perez. Mr. Perez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Yes, Judge.
Bless you.
On November 25th, 2024, officer was dispatched to major accident in 6300 block of South Highway 6 in Harris County, Texas. An officer made contact with a witness. The witness stated she was traveling southbound when she observed the defendant's vehicle swerving and speeding on the roadway. The witness stated the defendant's vehicle rear-ended the complainant's vehicle. The defendant exited the vehicle and the defendant attempted to leave the scene. The defendant was kept on scene by other citizens. The officer made contact with the defendant. The officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, bloodshot and glossy eyes, and slurred speech. The officer observed a broken glass bottle on the passenger floorboard of the defendant's vehicle and a liquid on the driver's seat floor mat with an odor of an alcoholic beverage. The officer located 3 open Modelo bottles in the bed of the defendant's vehicle, and the witness stated the defendant removed the bottles from inside the motor vehicle and
Drinking
in the bed.
while driving? Really?
The defendant would not comment on whether he was drinking, and standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 2 out of 8, 1 leg stand 1 out of 4.
Now the stakes explode, immigration enters the picture. For Perez, a DWI isn't just about jail, it could mean deportation and months in federal custody. Imagine facing double. Here's the twist, refusing a search is within your rights, but confessing before the K-9 arrives? That's like handing over the keys to the cops. Do you think he panicked or was trying to look honest? Punishment, one from the state, and one from immigration. Should those systems overlap, or is that unfair double jeopardy?
The DIC was read and the defendant consented to arrest. The results were .141 and .139.
Mr. Perez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
No, sir.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
No, sir. Sin permiso.
With or without permission in this country?
Left place.
No.
No, sir.
¿Estás aquí con permiso o sin permiso?
No, I'm here without permission.
What happens if you go to jail?
A la cárcel.
Para arrestar migración.
¿Cómo?
Para arrestar migración.
Immigration could arrest me. Correct.
I would hope that you would recognize it's freaking elementary that you're not supposed to have alcohol in the car while you're driving. And I'm going to tell you now that it is a minimum of 5 days in jail to any sentence that you get. The fact that there's an open container. And I will tell you now, if you were to do 5 days, immigration will get their clutches on you and you will be stuck in custody until the case is over with and then shipped off to immigration, where you will sit for another 6 to 9 months. And if you don't believe me, ask Mr. Santana. Ask him how many clients he has represented over the years that have sat in immigration custody and how long they will sit there until immigration does whatever they're going to do. I'm going to put a whole host of conditions on you now. And if I find that you are a danger to my public, if I find that you violate any of these conditions, I'm going to light you up like a freaking Christmas tree. I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, and if you're unlucky enough, you will be there for a very long time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The first thing I'm telling you now is you are not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. You will be signing an affidavit with me today. This is a promise that you're going to make to me that you're not going to drive, and I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care where you got to go. I don't care what you got to do. If Jesus comes down from heaven and needs a ride to church, you get into a car and drive, get ready. I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol, likewise, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, is this a first? Any prior DWIs?
There's no fires,
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Santana. If he tells me that you start playing games, that you're not responding to his phone calls, text messages, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Shh. If you do not stay in contact with him, I'm going to revoke your bond. Mr. Perez, I will do everything in my power to protect my public. And I don't care if we got to put you away kicking and screaming. But the only thing that matters to me is public safety. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mrs. Santana, please advise your client accordingly. We'll have you sign your affidavit. I'm going to have you sign a reset. You'll get with Felicia if your bond conditions, and then we'll let you go. There's what?
The jury has
Oh. Okay, that's it. Come on. Yes, thank you. Yeah.
This Anthony Mann.
So the tampering, I guess, is going to be dismissed in exchange for the discharging, right?
correct.
Understand why it's not.
The judge is hammering the hidden costs of convictions. Jail might sound like the worst part, but lifetime financial fallout, fees, insurance hikes, job barriers, often hits harder.
You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement, Mr. Mann. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. Do you understand? Is this what you want to do? It looks like the agreement that you guys have worked out is you're pleading guilty to the discharging a firearm in the metropolitan area. If there was a weapon in this case, it now will be forfeited. You're not going to get it back. As a part of this agreement, they're going to dismiss your second case against you. It looks like they've offered you 12 days in jail, giving you credit for the 60 that you've done. So you're going to walk out of here today. What you need to understand, though, is that this is going to go on your record. And from now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand? This is not the way, man. Get a job. Do something worthwhile in your life. The older you get, life gets more difficult. The more convictions you rack up. It's so hard to be a black man today in today's society. All you're doing is making it more difficult, man. If you don't have an education, you ain't got a good job, you're going to be nothing when you hit 70, man. Life sucks when you're old and you ain't got money. Now's the time for you to work hard and do something. Good luck, man. Abandon.
Judge, can I just confirm that comments support? Just making sure, Judge. Thank you.
Morning, Mr. Craig. How's jail?
Order in the court, please.
All we do is ask you one thing, right? Got to know that we mean business. You know, 1, 2, 3, here we go. It's over and over and over. I mean, how do we get through to you? It's a rhetorical question you don't have to answer, but that's the nature of the beast. How do we get through to you so that you know we mean business? Because apparently in the past, it's not been enough. I get it that you may have a child coming. I get it that there are other things, but no means no. Doesn't matter what circumstance you have coming here, but no means no. Do you understand? And the problem is I know that your lawyer has negotiated something upstairs for you to see the baby in the hospital somehow, but I don't know how that can truly work out without there being some kind of I want you to see the baby, but I don't want you to see her. How can we make that happen? That's the rub, Miss Jewett, is that I'm happy to go down on this bond, but I just don't want them to be together, you know? So how do we do that?
Well, so Judge, I understand your concern, but the problem is we can't really inevitably stop two people who want to be together to be together. I mean, I get what you're saying.
We are. This is how we do it.
Well, I understand. I understand that, Judge. But in reality, even if he doesn't get out today, and you know, there's a conviction, whatever may come about, he'll eventually get out, and then again, we can't stop them from being together. So it's more along the lines, I guess, of kind of like the felony court said. Listen, he needs to take anger management class and complete it. He needs to stay away from her, because an ankle monitor, stay away from the home, but we're not going to stop him from seeing his child or being there with the child, which inevitably means he has to be around her for that particular purpose.
But there has to be an intermediary that's around that can help out, whether it's his mom, whether it's her mom, whether it's brother, sister, cousin. there has to be an intermediary that can facilitate, they have.
Now the stakes skyrocket, immigration. For Perez, a DWI isn't just about jail, it could mean deportation. That's double punishment, one from the state, one from federal immigration.
Have these apps that the family courts use that basically are an intermediary so they can communicate with each other using a third party. So there's always a way.
So we could say that his supervision, when he's with, or the intermediary that will be there with the baby and him, would be either his mother or his father. So at no times would he be left
I'm
alone.
down. I'm okay with that. But I've told you this before, when you have cancer, what do? You cut it out or it's going to kill you. There are certain people in your life that are like that. They're just your polar opposites. Yes, you may have a happy time where both of you act like gumdrops and rainbows and, but it's not like that forever. It's going to change. And the problem is that you two together, when that change comes, it really explodes into something catastrophic. And one of you invariably ends up in jail. That's the problem. You get upset. There's a certain way to handle things. It's called maturity, right? You learn how to deal and cope with someone who makes you mad. Either you walk away, you do something else, go exercise. Somehow you have to deal with the anger. That's maturity. That's growing up, because you can't continue the way you are, because either someone's going to get really hurt or likely dead. That's it. And that's why I'm scared to put you together, because not only this, but you now have a baby coming into the world. That's extremely stressful, especially when you don't have money, That's why it scares me to put you two together. But if you have an intermediary, that's meaning a third party that's willing to help you get access to the child, that's great. The only other thing I'm going to tell you is that there are certain ways for you to be able to get definitive access to that child, meaning a court order. First you establish that you're the father. After that, you get visitation and custody, so that if that other person tries to play games with you, you can either have them held in contempt, they can be jailed, fined if they start to play games. That's something else that you need to look into, because it very well may happen in the future. So that way you are protected and you don't have to take matters into your own hands. Do you understand, Mr. Craig? All I'm asking you to do is grow up. It's not hard. You think before you act, and you think before you speak. And when you do that, good things happen. So now, what about the bond amount, Ms. Jewett?
Well, Judge, my position, I'd like a $1,500 bond on each offense, which will match the $3,000 that I have already secured in the felony court.
What do you think?
Your Honor. So
whose case is this?
It's Conrad's case. I can email Conrad if you want to get him.
Does he have a position as far as bond is concerned?
So Judge, he told me yesterday that he would defer to you on the bond.
That would be Conrad's position, is to defer to the court.
Put that on there?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to know that I am now going to put conditions on your violation of a protective order case. The Texas Constitution does not allow me, but in very limited circumstances, to hold someone at no bond, zero bond. This is that case now. If you violate conditions on a violation of a protective order, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond. Do you understand? I expect you to live up to these conditions. And you now have 3 open cases. If you should pick up a 4th, if you pick up, or if you violate conditions, I will have no more sympathy. Do you understand, Mr. Craig?
The judge is brutally honest here. Immaturity and toxic relationships explode in courtrooms all the time. He's not just worried about the defendant, he's worried someone could end up dead.
So, this is what I'll do, Ms. Jewett. I'm going to order no drugs, no alcohol. I'll order no contact with the complaining witness in this case. I don't want him to go where she lives, where she works. You're going to have an ankle monitor on you, so I know where you are at all times. Do you understand what's expected of you?
Yes, sir.
I'm not asking much. I'm just asking you, don't have contact and follow the law. Don't pick up a new case. Your lawyer is asking me, your bonds now are set at what, 20,000 on one, the other one set at 10,000 on one. She wants me to reduce it from 30,000 to 3,000. That's a big ask. Can I trust you?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Jewett. I will acquiesce this one time, but if it goes south, I don't know what else to tell you, you know?
Judge, I completely understand. I've told my client the same thing in no uncertain words. This is it for him. And Judge, also, just so you'll know, the felony court has ordered the ankle monitor for him. So just so the court knows that that's already been ordered.
We'll tack on the same condition as well, so that if there are any violations, we will know as well. Did you hear all that?
Yes, Judge, the no drugs, no alcohol, no contact, refrain from GPS prior to.
And then no weapons. Yeah.
And just as far as the no contact, with the caveat that he can have contact, well, he can be around her with an intermediary for the birth as it relates to his children.
When is that going to happen?
Well, he already has one child that's 18 months, but the baby itself will be born in 3 weeks.
So you want access so that he can be in the same place while she's having the baby?
Correct, Judge.
And then after that, no more contact?
Correct, Judge. After that, then the grandfather can facilitate his getting the baby, whatever needs to be done.
Okay, I'll acquiesce to that for that one and sole purpose, okay? But after that, no more contact with her. Do you understand? And only if someone else is there. I don't want you alone with her on that one day. You understand?
Yes.
You hold the keys to the jail cell. No one else does. Hold up. It's not hard. You have to do it eventually. All right? All right, make me proud.
Judge, what should you give?
Bond reduced, both. Bond reduced to 1,500 on each.
Judge, did you lower the bond?
1,500 on each. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good. All right, Ms. Jewett, I gotta get you a date. Hold on.
Judge, so one of them's an MAJ. How much time?
We'll just carry it.
Okay, how's January 28th through the 30th?
January 30th would be perfect. I'm go to misdemeanor court on the 27th.
Required appearances?
How old is this case?
199 days.
Yes, yeah. Is there an offer in the felony case?
On a felony case, Your Honor, let me see.
Yes, the felony case judge offers 2 years deferred.
Okay, I guess we need to know because the case is getting up there.
Yes,
Okay?
Judge.
So by the next setting, we need to know, okay?
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you, Ms. Jewett. Always a
So we're
pleasure.
good on January 30th? I didn't hear to say.
Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
We got you.
Okay, great, Judge. Thank you. Have a great holiday.
You too, take care.